Hey everybody, before we get into this 10-minute review of The Incredibles 2, just want to tell you about our sponsor. It's a movie called Sir John A. and the Curse of the Antichrist. It's a fun comedy. It stars John Dunsworth of Trailer Park Boys, Spenny of Kenny vs. Spenny, and the Diener. You may know him from Fubar. You can check it out on iTunes, Amazon, or wherever you get your movies. All right, Incredibles 2, 10-minute review. Let's do.
All right.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I thought I think it was a great idea to start straight up like minutes after the first one.
Did you watch the first one before you went?
No, but I've seen the first one like many times as a kid and as an adult. So I was very familiar with it. And of course, like I maybe hadn't seen it for maybe a couple years at that point.
Okay.
But still, as soon as this started, right? Like I didn't need a recap. It was like, oh yeah, like it's like boom, 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 boom. I'm in it.
They do, yeah.
I thought it was a great idea, and that's the great thing about animation is you can straight up do that, and because I mean the characters don't need to age.
Exactly, the voices sound the
that.
same.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed it. It had some of the same plot as the first
It's
one.
the exact same plot as the first one.
Which made me think, like, I'm surprised no one really, or at least I don't remember if someone made a joke pertaining to that of, like, why
No.
does every, spoiler, why does every, like, corporation that hires us end up being bad?
Yeah, right?
Like, what's up with that, right? So
I
that
wish it was
aspect,
more complex, you know?
I will say, I think I prefer this story than the first one. I really enjoyed the story because I feel like there's a lot more happening, especially I loved him and the baby.
Yeah, it's
My
funny
God,
stuff, eh?
that was funny. Him, like the baby and the raccoon.
Baby and the Raccoon is the
was
funniest part of the movie.
So funny. I was laughing my ass off at that
I
scene.
died at that.
So funny, and I think it's one of the great sequels where like I finished it and I was just like. It's like at the same level or slightly even better than the first one. It has that feeling. It feels like a sequel, and I thought it was a great sequel. And it's in that category of movies that was actually an enjoyable, great sequel where I wasn't disappointed by it.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Like, I left the theater and I was, like, loving it.
Yeah.
And I liked, honestly, like, Elastigirl sequence on the bike.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a really cool visual sequence. I just wish... Like, of all the time they had, I just wish it was a little more clever. That's all I wish.
Yeah. Although I will admit, I feel like they played on the aspect that you think it's still going to be the guy again, but then turns out to be the sister.
Yeah, I don't know, because like,
but the sister being like technological into that was just like, ah,
Yeah, that's
I have
like-
a feeling it's her. But I thought he was in on it too.
my brother-in-law, he's like, as soon as I start, I'm like, you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy. It's the bad guy here.
See, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. But like, as soon as like you see her start to develop a bit, you're like, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's the bad guy. That's gonna happen.
Other than that aspect, I thought the movie was terrific. That's the only gripe I have about it is it was a little bit predictable on the bad guy aspect.
I thought they could have doubled down a bit more on the goggles going on and them fighting each other.
Right. You know what?
I thought that was kind of interesting when that happened.
It was interesting. Sorry. But I think where the movie really shined and outgrew the first one is just I forget what's the
The son?
yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. Fucking
The baby.
Speed.
No.
Jack?
Thank you. I felt it was the Jack and Bob, that relationship.
Mr. Incredible.
Oh, well,
That was a good thing.
that was my favorite
like
part.
sitcom gag of you think my job's hard. Spend
yeah.
a day in my shoes. Like, it was a bit of that, which is fine. Whatever, right? It was fun to see
the 60s,
Elastigirl.
if you
like,
think about it too, but it's the time frame that it takes place in as well.
yeah, that's the other thing. I love the world they built.
Yeah, the visuals.
This like
this
1950s like
60
steampunk
yeah.
kind of like.
It kind of gives me an aspect, a little bit of like a kid version of Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like early Watchmen, right?
It is still like one of the best superhero movies.
It is.
Not
It
like
is.
like animated or
And
not.
yeah,
like-
exactly. And you know what? That's the good thing because that's how Brad Bird would want you to see it.
Exactly.
Brad Bird doesn't want you to be like, oh, it's an animated movie. It's for children. I know even the movie got some backlash because it says crap and damn a couple times. And it's just like, relax.
Whatever.
Like,
It's
I
not a big
get
deal.
it. Oh my God, they do a little bit of swearing, but come on, like most kids have heard worse.
But the thing is, though,
I think it's a great movie.
I think because
like in general,
this movie came out the Incredibles 1 came out over 10 years ago, right?
over
So
10 years, yeah.
the people that
15?
watched it were kids
Yeah.
at the time and now are grown up. And I think what they should have done is made the sequel for the grown-ups.
But it wouldn't have sold as better.
Yeah, I guess not,
It's if you think about it, it's more for the kids or teenagers who watched it as a kid, a teenager. It's for them and their children,
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
right?
But-
I mean, in the end, like Brad Bird just made a great superhero movie.
Yeah.
A great follow-up to a great superhero movie.
Yeah. I wish, like, in some selfish way, I wish, like, whenever the movie started, because the last one ends and it's Mole Man, right?
Yeah, the mole guy.
But, like, I wish they just, yeah, that's what it was. The whole movie, they're trying to stop this mole guy.
Yeah, no,
And
that would
all-
have been an interesting. That's what I thought it was going to be,
then-
right
and-
when I heard they were going to make a sequel.
And he's not even, like, there's no crazy backstory for this guy or whatever. Like,
It was
it's
just like, let's stop this guy.
just stop the mole guy.
Right.
And then, like, I did like stuff like where Elastigirl is being more of a detective.
Yeah.
And then you can see, like, she's the brains to his brawn.
I also like how they followed up on the whole relationship with Violet and that new boy. And
Yeah.
the fact that they erased, like, his memory. There's a lot of, like, again, it's a great sequel. I thought it was,
Yeah.
it really follows well.
It follows the continuity of stuff.
It
well
really follows
and,
well.
and all that, and yeah. But like, I just wish like it was just 5% more clever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
So, like, in the end, you enjoyed it. You left the theater out of it, but you were just like, it could have been just slightly better if it wasn't the same thing.
you know what, and honestly, that's only coming off of something like an Infinity War
yeah.
or
Yeah, I can.
you know what I
see.
mean? Like, it's just like, because that was so good, and because The Incredibles set kind of a precedent
When it comes
10,
to
12 years
superhero,
ago with superhero movies. It was the Fantastic Four movie that wasn't.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It still is.
Like, and then there was so much talk about Brad Bird doing a Fantastic Four movie. Like, after that, which, I don't know, he did, like, was it John Carter?
Did he? He did
Yeah.
that. He did Tomorrowland as well.
Yeah.
Which that got a lot of backlash. I actually enjoyed Tomorrowland.
I haven't watched all of it yet.
It's it's a violent movie, which
Yeah.
I was not expecting. I was into it, but anyways, that's neither
That's
here
a
nor
different
there, yeah.
movie. But, yeah, I don't know. I liked it. But I think, like, it had the tropes of the first one,
Yeah,
which, like,
yeah.
it was, like, callbacks to stuff. I like seeing Sam Jackson's character, like,
Yeah.
having more to do.
More to do, and then more Edna Mode, which is voiced by Brad Bird.
Now that that
Oh,
woman
okay, it
died.
was somebody else doing it before. Who was doing it before?
It's this woman that I'm pretty sure, anyways. But like, yeah, it's like she almost looks like that character
Really?
in real life.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure. I should look it up after.
Yeah,
but yeah, like he does it now as that
interesting
character. But,
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't, like,
I agree with you. Good movie, good follow up, but could have suffered due to the fact that it hit the same plot points as the first one.
yeah. Good stunt, like, well, not stunt gags, but like animation sequences.
I mean,
and-
I'd love to see the first one again because, of course, even a couple years, I don't remember the animation, but just watching it one after the other would be like, I think, a dramatic change in animations. Like the animation would be so much
You
better.
say
now.
that, though.
I feel
You
like
say
it
that?
would be, but maybe not.
No, because we watched. Well, I watched the tail end of it, but
Right.
we watched the tail end of the first one before I actually
Right,
just went
just
to the
kinda give you
theater.
a thing.
Just like Pixar's animation is so good, I think they matched it pretty good back
Well, that's
to
good
back.
then. That's good. So that it's not as jarring.
No, it's not. But like even like the first Toy Story, like it looks good.
It could be better compared, but like
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like it still holds up.
Like it holds
Pixar
up.
still holds up on their animated stuff. Like there are smaller budget things coming out now that still don't look as good as Toy Story did.
It's true, and I think it's not that like Toy Story. What they made up for with the lack of technology at the time was just artistry.
True.
And I think that's just something. But like it's just like the Incredibles movies, they have this look, and they have this.
I do love the style.
This
That
like
60s
that 1950s,
style.
60s,
Yeah.
like sci-fi, but it's also like it's got all this future tech.
Yeah. It's that Tomorrowland aspect.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Disney and then you see like the monorail and
Yeah.
you see the trains and you see
Which
all
is
these
funny
things.
enough because he ended up like doing Tomorrowland. But
Tomorrowland,
yeah,
which is-
it is that aspect of like this futuristic 60s style. What
What did you think of the all the new superheroes they introduce? Like the ones like they're sort of misfitty.
Yeah, they're interesting, but I mean they're okay.
All right,
I'll
there it
live
is.
with that.
Incredibles 2, 2 thumbs up apparently.
Yeah, no, check it out if you like the first one. That's all I have to say about it.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. And be sure to follow us on Twitter @Lost Commentary, on Instagram @Raiders of the Lost Commentary, and like us on Facebook.
I'll be back.